What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of our Barcelona career mode. And today, we've got a couple games where we have Getafe in the league, and then we have Sevilla in the league, and then we also have deadline day. And there have been a couple of players you guys have asked me to go ahead and scout. We're going to search them up, considering that we're trying to possibly bring in a couple of players here and there. The problem is here we're going to have no time to really take a look at them. So it's, it's one of those things where we may not go ahead and get them all in, get them all scouted, possibly buy them all this time around. But, we'll take it one step at a time. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of them. Obviously there, we got Dani Olmo, who was pretty popular down there. Dani Olmo is a player I like, though I'm not sure he's a player who necessarily fits in how we're doing things. Gravenberch, of course, we have signed, and then everyone else is kind of, just regular players. You got a couple of options here for left back, Grimaldo from a couple of you, but, it is what it is, but we'll scout those two, and we'll move forward as we see fit. As you can see, we have £174 million in the bank. If I were to go anywhere, really, at the moment, it might be center back. I'd like a top-end center back right now. A lot of you want me to sell Umtiti, by the way, as well. A player I might move on if we get an offer. The problem with moving too many players on is that I won't have any necessarily to bring back in. But we can go ahead and release, add to transfer list. We still have 4. That's a player we're willing to let go. We'll have PK, Lenglet, Araujo, Mingueza, Garcia, of course. There is a center back on our transfer hub here. LaCroix is the center back we have right now. And then, of course, right wing is a place we thought about going. We'll see. I'm still trying to make up my mind. But let's jump into this game here. Barca and Getafe. This is a big game. We need to start putting points on the board. Last episode we started with 2 losses, but we've jumped down to just regular ultimate difficulty. We decided that we're going to work our way up instead of working our way from my sliders down to where we need to be. We'll start on ultimate, and if it's too easy, we'll just work our way up, because we tried it on too hard, and working our way down could ruin the season. So we'll go one at a time. But let's jump into this. Barcelona Getafe. Let's go. Corner set to come in for Getafe as they look to take the lead here. Header gets deflected and just gets away. Here's Vitolo. Clip back post. PK's under it, though. Busquets manages to get it away. And now Pedri can drag this forward. Neum trying to catch up to him. Aguero does well. And he gets it out there to Dest. And now there's a bit of space for the fullback. And that's a good ball in there. And it's headed back down. Lovely stuff. Oh, it's just wide. Probably had time to take a touch there. Unfortunately, we didn't hit it first time, and it's just past the post. Nice ball in. Cut out by Garcia, though. Can we play that up the wing here? We can. That's an excellent pass to Dembele. And Dembele's in on goal here. And it's Dembele. Oh, didn't really get the power on it. Tried to curl that into the corner. We've had a couple chances here early. We got to take one of these while we're on top. De Jong. Pedri. Busquets. And now we're moving the ball around nicely. There's De Jong stepping into space brilliantly. Slides it across to Aguero. Takes a touch, and the deflection is going to take it past the goalkeeper. Just about what we deserve there, really. And Aguero grabs himself another goal. And we take the lead here on the half-hour mark. It's 1-0. But De Jong gets onto it here. Slips in. Comes to him, and then the deflection. Yeah, it definitely takes it by the goalkeeper. Just sends him the wrong way. And it's a difficult ask for the goalkeeper to keep that out. 1-0. And we're playing well. Bad giveaway there. Now comes to Dembele. Slides it out there to Pedri. Takes it from distance. That's a good save. Keeping Pedri's long-distance strike out. So the corner comes in. Can't quite get the header down, but we're going to get the recycle here. Comes out there to De Jong. Here's Dembele. Got the pace about him to kind of just make people miss. It's Busquets. It's a bad ball from Busquets, and we're not going to be able to recycle like we thought we were. It's a poor clearance there. Here's Pedri now trying to find something here. He steps inside brilliantly. That's an excellent save. A really, really good save. Pedri's been rather close a couple times. Really, a couple times in every game this season so far. As Fati gets that out to Pedri, who smashes it. And it's going to be played all the way back out to Dest, but he's been on the edge of a goal. Just hasn't found one yet. Corner set to come in as we look to double up our lead here, and it's going to bounce around, and PK corrals his own header really on the volley and smashes it into the back of the net, and that might be game over for Getafe. 2-0. And of course the stadium, which is not the Camp Nou unfortunately, gets to rocking. It bounces right up in the air, and PK did really well to fish that out of the air and slam it home here. On the volley, gets above, or gets his foot above the defenders, and with 20 minutes to go, we are 2-0 up. Puig. Puig's got a space to run into, and he's going to hammer that there, and that's a decent save as we approach the end of a game, and we are going to collect our first win. As that goes up in the air, can Depay get a touch onto it? Not quite. Goalkeeper punches, but we are going to get our first win, which is nice. Get 3 points on the board. And, you know, work slowly with the difficulty. But that was a good performance from us as well. Not too bad as against the 13 shots to 1. And that's always what happens when we mess with the difficulty a little bit. It just very quickly changes the aspect of everything. We were getting plastered in the other one, and now it was just a little bit too simple. So let's go ahead and turn shot error down, shot speed down, or shot speed up, pass speed up a little bit, and the first touch error down. So this is going to be a work in progress in terms of just the difficulty, but you know, we'll see how it goes. But we are here on deadline day, so we got to do something about that right side, and I think we're just going to go for a right winger instead of a right back that can play right wing. So we were thinking about getting ourselves a right winger like Doku or Chukwueze, but also, I mean, the right back who can play right wing and then eventually move on, someone like Roberto, and then just have 2 right backs was also an option. But I think we just want to go for a right winger, and I think Chukwueze is the guy. We are going to bring him in. What is this? No. Oh, they're only going to sell him for the release clause, so maybe Baku is the guy. Between 32 and 40 million. That's probably a little bit high, but I don't want to pay 47 for Chukwueze when Baku can, you know, step in at right back. They want Coutinho and 22 million? What? No. No. We're not doing that. We'll try 32.5 and see what they say. They really want 45. What about 39? They're comfortable with 39. All right, I think that's a little bit much perhaps, but this is a player who can be the future at right back along with Dest, and he wants to be an important. Ugh. Really wants to be important. All right, we'll let you go there at important, but this is not exactly going how I was hoping it would, but this is too much, surely, for Baku. It's just too much. We're done. We can't do it. I mean, we can't do it. It's too much for Baku. It's just too much money, too much of everything there. I really wanted Doku. Oh, we could go for Doku now. Between 31 and 44. See, that would be a much better option at that price. They want Araujo. Stop adding players. Propose new transfer fee. They want 35 and a sell-on clause. Remove the sell-on clause. 35. They want 42 now. Can we get it down to 39? Brilliant. I didn't think we were going to end up with someone like Doku this window because Doku was stuck at Rennes for the moment, it looked like. And he only wants to be sporadic. Look at this young man here. He wants a 77 million pound release clause. No release clauses. He wants 54k. Look at that. How much better of an option was that than Baku, who we almost bought there, but just something said no. It was just too much for him, and it looks like we put ourselves in a better position. Collected a player I think will end up being better. Where do we take off on the bench here? Got Puig, Coutinho can play on the left. Roberto can play in the middle as well, but we have too many players in the middle. We'll bring Doku on the bench for Roberto, and we will go about it that way. That is nice. That's good. That's good. That's definitely a lot better than what I figured would happen with Baku and what would have happened with Baku. An offer's come in for Umtiti and for Lenglet. Monaco, 16 million, man. How the mighty have fallen. We're going to delegate this to 24 and see what they say. Lenglet, also going to delegate. We can get a little bit more for those two. Then we can bring in a center back. Someone like Lacroix would be a good option. I hear Laporte a lot, but my thing with Laporte is I don't think City would sell him just this moment. 57 million for Lenglet. I'm probably just going to end up accepting that. We'll let Lenglet go. We are going to have a busy deadline day here. Lenglet is out the door by the looks of it. So it looks like we are going to bring in another player. And this lad right here, look at the pace on him at center back. Still only 21. I'm not sure if he's an international yet, but he's good enough in-game to be one. And there are a lot of French center backs, aren't there? I didn't check to see what they wanted. Let's go with 29 and see. Again with this. Remove exchange player. We'll see with Coutinho. When Coutinho's ready to go, he'll just go as his own player. Because they obviously value him at nothing, and I'm not dealing with that right now. They want 43, that's fine. We're going to move Lenglet on, plus 14 million, and bring in Lacroix. That is not too bad. I think that's a good bit of business. And that's what we have to do here at Barcelona, get them back to where they really ought to be. This is going to be another player that's kind of going to negotiate like Baku, though I'm much more willing to give in to this lad's demands here than Baku's, because this guy can turn into a center back, can start, and there we go. In he comes, Maxence Lacroix into the club as what's his name is leaving, Lenglet, so we can bring him onto the bench. Another player who will probably end up taking PK's spot relatively soon, but not at this particular moment in time, but you know, one step at a time. But I think that's going to end up being a good window, as Athletic have offered 50 million for Dembele. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. That's something in real life I'd think about, considering how often he's hurt, but it looks like Umtiti's not going to be leaving. I mean, they offered, what, 16? We offered up to 24, and they're just not ready to even bother trying. That's okay. Umtiti can stay another year. It is what it is. Comfortable with it, even though they've offered again. Wolfsburg this time for 20, and I'm just going to accept 20 million there. Langley is gone. 57 million pounds. Not too bad for someone who just hasn't played particularly well, has he? As Osasuna have also offered for City, who looks to all of a sudden have a ton of suitors after turning or not being able to find a deal, which is fine. If they can go ahead and get him a deal, that's excellent. Transfer window closed, and they couldn't agree with him anyway, so that's not ideal, but you know, we'll have to deal with it, and he's another option off the bench should we need one. Let's go through our monthly scouting report here. Nothing there. And nothing there. So it doesn't look like we're going to... I'm not sure how the youth scouting goes in here, but as I said, we only really collect at 94. But I didn't see anybody that was even in the 90 range in this entire crop. 3 total crops. Got nothing out of it, which is kind of strange, but it is what it is. But we will be jumping forward. Regular starting 11, as they've offered William Carvalho. I'm going to reject that. It's a neat little offer. Maybe if it wasn't City and we were at a different kind of club, that's probably a decent offer. Nothing too crazy, but I think it's a pretty decent offer, but not the type of player we are looking for here at Barcelona. So let's jump forward. Let's see if we can grab a second win to end this episode here against a very good side, unbeaten in real life so far in the league, Sevilla. And we are going to run with our regular starting 11. So let's jump into this. Sevilla-Barcelona. Let's go. Oh, well, actually, hold on. Before we go, see, Porto have offered Mbemba and stuff like that. I don't want players. I just want just the money. We're just here for the money. I know a lot of things now are just players and stuff like that, but because everyone's sort of strapped for money, but it is what it is. So everyone's going to play except Busquets, who's actually a little bit tired. So this will give us a opportunity to play De Jong further back, let Gravenberch have a start, and then I kind of want to start Depay as well. We'll start him at Fati today. Depay deserves a couple starts here. So let's jump into this. Sevilla, Barcelona. Let's go. Run outside. He does. Here's Suso. Back into Rakitic. Get a big touch on it there. Can we get it out? Not quite. They're going to hold on to it. Unfortunately, these jerseys are a lot closer in game than they possibly look in real life. And wow, that's a good save. Why did both center backs peel off? He picked the ball up and they both backed off. I do not like that. Cannot be doing such a thing against some of these players. Very strange, but thankfully for us, Ter Stegen is the man in net. Nice ball there. Here's Tierney now. Slides it into Aguero. Back to Tierney. And now Aguero's making a good run, and that's a good ball out to him. And Aguero goes on his right foot. That's a good save. Good effort there from Aguero. Couldn't quite find the back of the net as the corner comes in and is collected by the Sevilla goalkeeper, but decent shot. Oh, a little bit unlucky there. Suso now. Oh, that's a good ball in there. That's a huge save from Ter Stegen to keep us level. An excellent, excellent save from the goalkeeper. It's good football there from Sevilla. Just could not quite beat the German in goal. I could just let him step inside there. And Jesus, Ter Stegen, collect that. What are you doing? God. A little bit lucky there as Gerard Moreno has moved to Manchester City for £75 million. That is unexpected, especially at his age. Though he is a pretty decent striker, isn't he? Good goal scorer, but a lot of money. Pedri. And we start off the second half with a bang as that gets played through to Aguero. Oh, it's a good save, and it's bouncing around and punched away. Almost catching Sevilla out to start the second half. Really good effort. Good save. Good move. Couldn't quite find the back of the net, though. Thought we kept that out of play here. Letting him bounce around. That's an excellent save from Ter Stegen. Always managed to keep that in play and blocked away by PK. This game is very much on knife edge. You feel this could be anybody's right now. As Fati plays it along and forward, and now we've got men coming out wide. Here's Dest. And Dest can try to swing that in. It's a poor cross. Oh, that's a good ball forward. Oh, they've let him run out wide here. And they've scored. Come on. And a goal was coming. It doesn't come our way. And Sevilla grabbed the lead. Step too far inside there, Tierney. That's because PK was kind of pushed in as well. Man, nobody ever covers the middle. Gotta be better at that. Thomas Delaney comes off the bench. Grabs a goal for Sevilla. And now we've got to grab a goal and grab a point here. That stayed in play. Nicely done. Now, this is it. We don't have time here. 1 minute added on. Can we get that forward? We can. Here's Dembele. Slides it in there to Gravenberch. And Gravenberch keeps on running, and it's taken off him. Can't quite get the header down, and we're going to lose here away from home 1-0. Not the result we wanted. It was a tight, hard-fought game, but we just could not break through the goalkeeper there. Had more shots, more possession, but couldn't find the back of the net. Got to do something about... Oh, I got to get rid of this. Otherwise, there will be copyright nonsense with the Champions League. I hate it. It's every year. We don't need to see this. There we go. Now, the problem I'm having currently is that players are just not getting forward enough. Like, can I tactically... It's fast build-up, but can I mean, balanced. We want to be a little direct, but we also want to... Maybe if I go long ball and forward runs, that'll do it. It's just that there are not enough players, excuse me, in that spot when we go forward. So maybe if I can just get this spot to get forward as well. It's difficult. It's difficult to get everybody we want to get into that spot. But next episode, as you can see, we got some big games. We got the Bayern Munich game. Hopefully we can avoid a 3-0 defeat like real life Barcelona did, and then Granada, that finished 1-1 as well. So hopefully we can get some wins on the board. We got one today, but not exactly what we were looking for. And hopefully we can turn it around, guys. But that is going to be it. I hope you folks, of course, have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.